Good afternoon, everyone, from sunny Bentonville, Arkansas. This is Matt Pfeiffer, founder and CEO of Supplier Community, and we are here with our friends from Smart Gladiator for the newest episode, if you will, of Fast Pitch. As you know, Fast Pitch is our opportunity to bring buyer and seller together. Supplier teams are constantly looking for innovation, services, and solutions to help them meet their unique needs. And by the same token, there's a lot of great organizations in the country that are doing incredible and innovative work, and they're just looking for an audience. So what we have done is created an opportunity, like I said, for buyer and seller to come together. And our friends from Smart Gladiator, Ernest Bragg, is going to be talking to us for a few minutes this afternoon. They're a global leader in wearable scanning technology for supply chain, and we're going to learn about how your company can save up to $20,000 per month per warehouse from chargebacks, damage claims, rejected loads, and freight claims. So Ernest, why don't you take it from here? 30 minutes or less, talk about capabilities.
All right, thank you very much. So I wanted to first start off by thanking everyone for taking the time and your interest in this solution. We have an exciting solution that's saving a ton of money in supply chain. And so we could start by kicking off, what is LoadProof? So LoadProof is a centralized enterprise class documentation system for supply chain, which includes a mobile app and cloud portal. And what is it used for? So LoadProof is used to reduce chargebacks from retailers, document inbound damage, also documenting the condition of loads of your shipments, your outbound shipments, the condition of your inbound shipments from your suppliers. So that's documenting damages. That could be pallet damages of your products, the quantities that you're shipping. So if you're dealing with OS&D issues, we're resolving OS&D issues. It's a great tool for resolving those issues. So I mentioned pallet quantities, quality issues. So it's a great tool for using for documenting quality. And we talked to many different companies today, and the thing is there's one common issue that we're hearing is that there's no a standard way of capturing photos. So everyone's capturing photos today, or a lot of people are, but there's no standard way of doing it. It's kind of the Wild West. The photos are sent through email. It's hard to find those photos later when you need them. So LoadProof resolves all of that issue. And so we have LoadProof installed at over 160 plus sites, over 100 plus customers, over 3,000 plus users, over $10 million in savings. So, it's resolving issues pretty frequently. And so I have, as I'm speaking, I'm pulling up the app, and we'll do a run through of the app. That was just kind of a quick introduction. And so, as far as the app goes, you just log into your app store, and LoadProof we support iOS and Android. So it's supported on iOS and Android devices, and it's very simple. You just search, you just go to the App Store and search for LoadProof and download it, and then we would set up the account. When we set up the account, you'd get a login, username and password, and PIN number. So you just log in and enter that data, enter that information. And once you log in, this is what you'll see. So you'll see the site selection screen. So one of the benefits of LoadProof is that it supports an enterprise structure. So one of the benefits of that is that it provides visibility across your different sites. So I have a visual on that. So some sites in LoadProof, some accounts in LoadProof, we have 50 plus sites. So we would set up a corporate and then various networks underneath that corporate, and then we would group various sites underneath that network. So those that are logged into this network or have access to this network, they'll have visibility to all of these sites under that network. So that's one of the benefits of LoadProof, is that it provides visibility across your site, across your supply chain, across various sites, and provides access to view those shipments at each site. And then we'll go back to the app quickly. I'm going to be jumping around a little bit. And then we have our site selection screen. So when you log into the app, it's very simple. You just select which site that you want to take and upload those photos for. So we'll select Gladiator's LC1. Then you click to start a new load. So 2 clicks, and I have a little forklift here, model forklift, and a trailer, and also a box on a pallet. So here I'm just capturing 3 photos. And the way to do that, you just tap the center of the screen to capture the photos. And there's also a video option as well. So you can also capture up to a 30-second video in LoadProof. And here we're just capturing 3 photos, but you have the ability to capture many more than that. So there's 3 different plans for LoadProof, and I'll pull that up here later. We have our silver plan, which is you can capture 50 photos. In our gold plan, you can capture 100 photos. In our platinum plan, you can capture 325. And that's per load or per record. So here we're creating one record of 1 load. So here we can, we're just capturing 3 photos, but you can capture many more than that. And you can also mix those records. So you can also include video in those records. So those records could be a mixture of images and video, which is very handy. Video is great for training. If you want to document how to properly package your products and then share that with the team, video is great for that. Okay, so we can keep moving here, and we got 3 photos. They look good. So here, the next step, that brings you to the gallery. So here we just want to confirm that the photos are clear. We want to upload good, usable photos that we could share with our transportation company or also with our customer to dispute those those claims and chargebacks. And so here we just want to confirm that the photos look good. These look good. We just want to make sure that nothing's obstructing the camera view or something like that. And then you can also select any one of these individual thumbnails and enter a note. So I'm just going to enter a test note, and that adds a little sticky note to the corner there. That's a nice way to, if you want to highlight a damage, if there's a pallet damage or something like that, and then share that internally with your team, you can do that. So then we'll select next and confirm that these photos look good. And that brings you to the metadata screen. So this is probably one of the most important pieces of this. So what LoadProof does really well is high-speed capturing. So we just took 3 photos really quickly, tagging with high-speed tagging with appropriate metadata. So this is the metadata piece, and this is a customizable form to your process. So we just have some fields in here for just a show for the demo. But when we set up your account, we would set up these fields to your process, whether you need to capture a PO number, sales order number. We have a bill of lading number in here, trailer number, pallet condition, even number of pallets. If you're losing, let's say there's, it depends on which issue we're trying to resolve as well. So if there's if you're dealing with pallet shortages, then maybe we'd want to add a field here for, pallet number of pallets. To document that. So we would customize this to resolve the problem that you're looking to solve. And so here we can just enter some data in, and we can manually enter it in, or we can select, it says tap label to scan barcode. So we can select the blue label. I'm going to select bill of lading number. And then I have a little bottle of hand sanitizer here. I'll just scan the barcode off the back, capture that in the field. So that is just a nice fast way of entering the data, and it also eliminates the order, the entry, the error piece, the human error piece of making a keying error. So that's a nice way to do that. So you just scan the data in and keep moving. And sales order number, I'm going to type in ABC just because that's an alpha field in this demo account. And that's something to note as well, is we can customize this form in many different ways. It's very versatile. So we can set up these fields as alpha, numeric, or a combination of both for those PO numbers. So alphanumeric. We also have palette condition down here, which is a single option button, which will avoid having the user to enter in stretch wrapped every time or added done. They could just select, if there's a common common selections, they could just select there. And then we also have check boxes that we can set up. So that'll allow them to select multiple options. So let's say palette condition, you stretch wrap, you also secure, you also add the dunnage. You would want to select all three options. So we could set up a checkbox for that. So that's the metadata screen. And with this form, like I said, we want to customize it to your process. So that we capture the most valuable pieces that you need. And then we can select next now that we have all the fields populated. And that brings you to the category screen. So here, to summarize, we created a record with some photos, then we added the contextual data, and now we can assign a category to the record. It's just really great for data organization and sorting the data. You can do that by the category. You can also tie automatic emails to the category. So we could set up the quality person, the quality specialist. We can actually enter their email address in the preferences. So then whenever quality issue's been selected and this record's been uploaded, they'll get an automatic email saying that there's a quality issue that needs to be addressed. So that's another handy thing that we have in LoadProof is auto emailing. And we can also tie that to loads. So whenever a load has been uploaded, we can set up a distribution group, a whole team of people to get that email, that automatic email, saying that there's been a shipment, and with the link to LoadProof. So you click that link, and it'll bring you right to LoadProof and open the photos in there. So there's that. And also one way that LoadProof is used as well is it's also used for customer specific sites. So we have some accounts in LoadProof that'll set up a site for one customer to document all their shipments in one central account for them. So in that case, when you're using one site for just one customer, we could actually set up your customer as users, where they can log into the portal and pull the records that they need, when they need them. So that way your team isn't sending records back and forth, and they can just log in and pull the data that they need, which saves time and all of that. So that's another way that we could set this up. So so being that I simulated taking some photos of a load, I'm going to select load. And then there's park load down here, which I'll just touch on that briefly. Park load, what park load is basically you're saving the record as a draft. So here at this point, we can go ahead and finalize and upload the record, or we can save it as a draft. That'll allow you to create a new record. You can snap some more photos, add the contextual data, upload that record, and then come back to your drafts. Say you're waiting for an additional pallet to arrive. That'll allow that pallet to arrive. That'll allow the user to keep moving. So while they're waiting for that pallet, they can create a new record. Say you're simultaneously loading multiple trucks at a time in multiple days. That'll allow that user to keep moving and working on different orders, and then come back and snap the photos that they need and upload those. All right, so that's park load. Then we can go ahead and upload this record. And we'll look for load uploaded successfully. Perfect. And then now we're going to go to the portal, and the portal is located on loadproof.us. So we're going to the browser, the desktop browser. And then once we log into the portal, this is what we'll see. We have our site selection on the left-hand side. I mentioned one of the benefits of LoadProof is providing visibility across your sites, across your supply chain. So if you are logged in, at the corporate or network level, we'd be able to select between the different sites, and you'll have access to all those records for each site. each location. So we have Allentown, Atlanta, Chicago, El Paso, Jacksonville, Lancaster. So you can set up your, your team that, that needs that level of access, whether that's a claims department or whatnot, and you can set them up to have access to those records. All right, so we'll keep moving, and this is the one that we just uploaded here, or yes, right here, and I got my photos. We have our, so once you open the record, and it just threw me off just because our time is a little bit different here. So we have our time and date stamp that gets automatically attached to the record. And then you can drill down further into the record. We have our clicked by. So that's for the accountability piece. So that's a really important piece of load proof as well, is the accountability. So, photos, a lot of different companies are taking photos today. And the problem with that is there's no, data associated with those photos. Sometimes it's hard to tell who worked on that order, who was involved in that order. So you have to do some investigation, and that investigation takes time. A lot of times there's multiple people involved in that investigation. So it just eats up a lot of time, and it's extremely inefficient. But so one of the benefits that load proof provides is the accountability. So, here we're in the demo account, so it just says demo, but this would be the person's name that uploaded the record. That person that worked on that order. So if there's an issue with that shipment, you could go to that person, and ask them what happened. Use that as a training opportunity to avoid that situation again in the future. Very important piece. And then upload it on. We have our time and date stamp, even our location GPS for, which really adds to the record. Just having that GPS, knowing which location those photos were taken. This really adds to the record. So then you can drill down even further. And we have our time and date stamp, picture notes, picture size. So this is actually considered a low quality photo. And I can actually go back. So this is actually a low resolution photo, which is, it's still good quality. So if you hover over this, you can actually hit the crossing arrows and zoom in. So you can actually zoom in pretty far. And if you have any documentation or labels, you can actually zoom in pretty far and read those pretty well. And this is actually, so this is as I mentioned, a low resolution photo. And we'll touch on that in a moment. So we have our picture taken by for accountability, demo account. And then we have our data fields that we set up, our GPS coordinates, and then the type of device and app version. And we'll go back. So we talked about, now let's talk about sharing photos. So I'm going to go to the Atlanta site just because we have this one configured a little bit differently. But this is really great. So you can actually open the record and then enter the person's email address and hit send email. So there's no need to, attach, open up your email server and then, open up your email and then attach JPEG files and different things there. You don't have to deal with all that. Just enter the person's email address, write in load proof and hit send email. And we actually have these load proof tablets, which I took the photos on today, which are, they're a ruggedized case. They have a screen protector. We have lockdown apps so that users can't access other apps like social media, like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So that ensures that the users are staying on load proof, on the load proof app. We also have a lockdown browser so that users can't access other websites like CNN.com or Fox.com. They can't access other websites through the browser. So that's, it keeps them on load proof. And we have device, maintenance and replacement. So, if there's any damages, in the event that there's any damages, as long as it's not abuse, you're not throwing them against the wall or spiking them, against the ground, that kind of thing. You send them to us, we replace them within 5 business days. So, that's one of the benefits of the tablet. You can also do everything off of the tablet. So if you have a user, a loader on the dock and they're taking photos, they can actually, access the load-proof portal and the record through the browser, and then they can enter an email address, whether that's an internal, person, or if they need to send it externally to a customer. Then they can hit send email right on the dock. So you can do everything, off of the tablet with no need to go back to, and find a desktop. And, that reduces travel and, increases the efficiency of this process. So that's one thing. We recommend getting the tablets, from us. We're a one-stop shop. So, we recommend, getting everything from one vendor versus, getting the software from us and then, going out and, sourcing the hardware from somewhere else and then trying to piece it together and having creating an IT project. So these tablets are ready to go from day one, and there's a lot of benefits with them as well. So, all right, so we'll keep going. And so as far as searching the database now, the database is easily searchable. So I'm going to enter this number just because it's a nice short number, 99864. And then hit enter. And that displays that one single record. So so that's just like I mentioned, that LoadProof provides, it's high speed, retrieval of the photo. So you can easily search the record, find it when you need it, and then send that to whether that's internally or externally. And then also with the record, I wanted to touch on this as well. So sharing photos, we only talked about sending entering the email address and hitting send email, but you can also print a PDF, which is really great for retailers. If you're dealing with any one of those major retailers, they require you to log into the portal to upload records and upload photos. So we've addressed that with LoadProof through the PDF, and I have an example of one quickly. We have a few minutes. And here's an example of what one of the PDFs look like. So we have our contextual data on the first page. We can even add your logo in here just to really polish it up. And then we have our photos underneath. So I have a purple guy loading some Legos on a pallet there. And then we have our other information. So clicked by, who uploaded the records, and time and date stamp, location, GPS, and also the notes. And you can see that I created this some time ago just to save some time for the demo. Yeah, so that's that. And also, let's go back to the portal. Boom. All right, so now we're back in the portal, and I mentioned that you can filter the records by the category. So you can filter down into, let's select quality issue. So we haven't had a quality issue in quite some time. Which is a good thing. And so here's all of our quality issue records. And then we can even export these results. So we can export this page, and that'll also include the links to LoadProof. So you can select those links, and it would take you right to the record in LoadProof. And we have some LoadProof users doing this today, where they pull a report on all of their shipments, and then they review that with each other monthly. So that's one thing that gets done as well. Safety incidents, you could get this to your safety person and have them review all of their safety items on a regular basis. So there's that. And so pricing. So the different plans, we do have a couple minutes here. So the different plans for LoadProof, I mentioned I'd pull these up. We have our silver plan, just $99 per month per site. You get 10 users, 100 gigabyte storage. It only supports low resolution pictures. So, if you do need to take photos of, to capture those labels and documentation, we do recommend, choosing the gold plan for, capturing, pictures of the documentation and labels. And then we have and then video storage. So Silver Plan doesn't include the video storage piece of it, but our Gold Plan does. And we have an email load link, so you can email, email the loads. You can. We have an advanced search filter where you can really filter down in the search. We also have the automatic email notifications for loads, which is very, very important. We also have archiving and deletion of loads. So, it's going to take quite a bit of time to get to this 100 gigabyte storage. So get to the max storage. I think the 100 gigabytes comes out to about 200,000 low resolution pictures. So 200,000 low resolution pictures. And then our gold comes out to about 400,000 low resolution pictures. And you have the ability to adjust the resolution, whether you want to, you can tell LoadProof, I want to only upload medium resolution, or I only want to upload low resolution, and that'll, factor into the storage as well. So Gold Plan, has GPS coordinates, and also video storage. So, for medium to high volume shipments, we recommend, going with the Gold Plan or Platinum Plan. And we also have customized pricing as well for LoadProof, where we can customize the number of sites and tablets for you, and get you a good deal. And then we have our Platinum Plan, which is 100 users. That's more for our very large operations, where we have low, medium, high resolution pictures and those kinds of things. So a lot of benefits with the Platinum Plan as well. All right, well, and that's our plans. And we also want to throw out there, we also have a free 30-day trial with LoadProof. So, you could always, just kind of set up a free 30-day trial just to test it out for 30 days, see if it works, get it in your users' hands, get some feedback from them, and see how it fits into your process. And then decide whether you want to proceed with it or not, right before the 30 days. And just let me know, day 29, how it's going, and then we can go from there. All right, Matt. So
very good, Ernest.
I think I fit it in the 30-minute time frame.
You did great. Ernest Bragg from Smart Gladiator. Hey, Ernest, what's the best way for folks to contact you if they've got questions about your capabilities or want to dig deeper?
Well, you're welcome to email me directly, or you can email Puga Sincara directly. Let's do that. So email my boss Puga at puga@smartgladiator.com, and Puga is spelled P-U-G-A. So puga@smartgladiator.com, and Smart Gladiator is all one word.
That's great. Good stuff. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. You as well.